Hello once again, everybody, from Central State University. You know, we visited with Dr. Gupta once, twice. We might as well make it three times. That's a charm, right?
Yes,
So,
that's good. That's good.
talking a little bit about some of the research you've done in the past, bring us up to date about the research we've talked about in the past.
Well, thank you so much, Gary. This is a great opportunity to be, talking to all of you, to your audience. And the research is basically very simple. Simple in the sense that in current times, we are struggling with a lot of diseases, like diabetes, cardiovascular, obesity, and multiple diseases. But at the same time, we don't know exactly what to eat to prevent that and what to eat when we have that, right? So ideally, we are just trying to do lifestyle modification of your food habits. And I am more, promoting more plant-based nutrition because of the fact that plant-based nutrition have more high micronutrients and more absorbability, and as well as they basically adapt to the body situation. So my research currently is lifestyle modification, and based on that, we are using the technology called nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics means how the food and gene interacts with each other. So we have genes in our body. Everybody's body is very unique, and a genome is very, very different. So every one of us should have the different profiles of genomic, which is called nutritional markers. And these nutritional markers are very special to every one of us. So when we determine that nutritional markers, and based on that, we design personalized nutrition, personalized, pattern for exercise. So we don't do that, and it's actually we outsource to the company, and the company does that all profiles for us, and then based on that, then the report is generated, and then we give them a guidance that what to eat, how to eat, when to eat. The report already says self-explanatory, and I'm just like a moderator for them, and it really makes me feel comfortable that research is great. And so then we are also trying to do the research based on these like herbs and spices. Herbs and spices, as you know, in current times, that I'm sure most of the audience know about that. What are the spices they do to the body, correct? But sometimes we don't know exactly how to use them. So I'm trying to do the research study on prevention of diabetes using a lot of herbs and spices such as your fenugreek and your also like a cinnamon, turmeric, and cayenne pepper, and variety of other spices that has a nutrient value, and that is going to be done on a molecular level. Basically, what we will be doing is that we will be taking the liver cells, and we will go grow the liver cells in the lab, and that these liver cells will go for a few weeks to get more like acclimatized situation. Then we're going to do all those infusion with the spices and herbs, and then also modify their cellular pattern and isolate the cells, and then see if they're able to kill those liver cells that are affected, or cancer cells which are affected, and just wanted to see that.
I was going to ask you, over time, can people's markers change depending on their age in life and other variables?
It is quite factual thing in the sense, because let's say, for example, you've been eating a lot of meat and potatoes and things like that, so your gene expression going to be higher for that. So let's say if you change your little pattern of, for example, more fruits and vegetables in your diet, and so that will have, then that will be also expressed. So that means you can have a down regulation and up regulation of these genomic markers of the nutrition.
Okay, now all this depends on the research being the same today and yesterday and tomorrow, and the food source and where the foods are gathered or grown from. And what happens if, for instance, the soil changes and either fertilization or there are changes, and that causes the food to change a little bit. How much does that impact the person and getting the markers that you're trying to get?
Very good question, because see, as you all know, that environmental changes are going on very, very differently, and a lot of food adulterations, a lot of GMOs, and also a lot of soil quality has been like not that much fruitful, as well as you see industrialization and all those environmental factors and all those toxins, contaminants going to your sewer, as well as the, if you see, deforestations also has been going on because you are doing multi-level buildings and sewer pipelines and all of these things. All those things are basically are creating the environment that is not suitable for our body systems. But at the same time, we cannot just decline the fact that we should not think about more productive way. So these nutritional food markers are very essential because that does not change that much unless you are under conditions. But again, these markers will be detective of your own entire body. So to see what exactly is happening to your body. Let's say for example, in fact, these nutritional markers are so efficient and so detective in the sense that they give you a genetic factor that is going to be detected in your profile. It can tell you whether you are eating food in between meals, whether you are you love coffee, or you love chocolate.
Well, guilty on 3 counts.
and also the thing, for example, let's say you've been having headache for forever, like migraine and all the conditions. But ideally, if you see the deficiency of B complexes, B12s also matters, right? So your migraine can be kind of covered with that. And so taking some nutritional things like eating your green peas and all of these things. And for example, vitamin D is very essential. As you see in our environment, vitamin D is not that much, right? Sometimes we get fatigue, we get muscle tensed, we get all those other ailments, right? So if your vitamin D is not there in the body, calcium absorption is not going to be effective, glucosamine is not going to be effective. So your body structure, your muscles will have a lot of pain. So this is a very good tool for us to call as a food and gene interactions called nutrigenomics, which can give you idea that what is happening to your body. And it's amazing in the sense that, if you have that information, good thing is that this report is for you. So you can take your time and it will generate automatically your food habits as well and give you directions what percentage of protein, fat, carbohydrate you should be eating. Also, in addition to it, what minerals and nutrients you're lacking in, what micronutrients you're lacking, what macronutrients you're lacking. So you can cover it up. And they also generate recipes for you too. So in case if you don't know what to cook, what to make, your recipes are right there. So all you have to do is just take your report, go for it, and just make your own decisions. And even exercise pattern is also given.
Okay, so what you're saying is the research can give you so much, but it's up to you how you use that research for your own benefit.
Well, actually, I'm as a moderator, as a facilitator, so I guide them also. What are you doing? How the things are. So, see, again, in any pattern you see, unless we change, nothing happens, correct? So, social behavioral changes are the key for any nutrition or diet pattern. So, doctors will tell you everything, but do we listen to them? Do we pay attention to them, right? They do tell you, right? But again, it's up to us. But again, our study is basically very impactful in a sense because people are very interested. And a lot of people have been signed up. So I'm very fortunate for CBG land grant, 1890 land grant for Central State as well as for USDA and IFA, who has given this opportunity as a funding, for $600,000 funding for us to develop this program at Central State to be helping people. So as of now, I'm very fortunate that I'll be helping about 450 people around the Ohio area. And that is a good going back to the community. Whatever we do to research, I think it should be helpful for community. So that's my promise. So anybody can, if you are in Ohio area, closest Central State or vicinity, you're more than welcome to come to our lab. And also send us to us. My email is pgupta@centralstate.edu, and you can also send us the email, and we can give you a study pattern, and also give you guidance through our reports.
Well, as always, thank you for being with us and giving us so good the information to help all of us fit nutritionally and physically. Thanks for being with us, Dr. Gupta.
Certainly, and also just to make sure that nutrition and genomics and all of these things are very different. But this called nutrigenomics means how the food and gene interacts with each other. Whatever you eat is going to impact. So what to eat, why, and when will be determined by your nutritional marker reports. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
And stay with us, everybody. Back with more when we continue with In Ohio Country Today.